Morning, welcome to Connect Daily Bread, where we recognize man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. Today's reading is in 2 Corinthians chapter 8. So go ahead and read that, check it out. Here, Paul is talking to the church at Corinth about a gift, a specific gift that was going to go to the Jerusalem church that was experiencing some hard times financially, so they're very impoverished. So Paul is collecting not just from the church at Corinth, but from, he references the church at Macedonia, and just, again, that highlighted the unity that's in the body here, that, we got brothers and sisters that are struggling in Jerusalem, so we're gonna take up a collection and help those guys out. It is not dissimilar from the special collection that we took for our brother and sister, Carrie and Hannah, when they had the damage to their house, right? So this is a beautiful picture of unity that Paul is calling to. And I'm just really encouraged that this is something that we've put into practice. But Paul really gets into the heart of giving. And, in verse 9, he really lays out, okay, why do we give? And it's a reminder of the gospel. It's a reminder that Jesus, who had infinite riches, honor, glory with him in heaven, chose to become poor, to impoverish himself and come down and be with us so that we might become rich in our relationship with God and in true life. And so that's really the motive behind all that we do. And so Paul gets into the call for this to be a willing gift. He even says, hey, this isn't a command, but I'd like to see the sincerity of your love. And so you can give without loving, but you can't love without giving. And so that's what's being called for here. And Paul is being diplomatic in his approach. He does a couple things. Number one, he highlights Macedonia because they showed out in doing this, giving even beyond their needs. They're pretty impoverished themselves, is the indication, but yet they gave. And then Paul lays out, hey, I'm not saying that you break the bank and you starve yourself. I'm saying, hey, give according to what you have, not according to what you don't have. That's acceptable to God if the willingness is there, which is really encouraging for us, particularly college folks or even some of us older folks that don't make a whole bunch. That it's always been about the heart to Jesus. If you'll remember the story of the poor widow, right? She puts a couple coins in, and Jesus sees that. He recognizes and he highlights and he celebrates it. And he calls his guys around and said, look, man, she gave more than anyone else. And because what she gave, she gave what she had to live on. And there was a total trust there. And God, I'm certain, has rewarded that like crazy. And so that is hopefully an encouragement to you and I that we just simply give what we have, and then Paul calls back to in verse 17 when Israel is in the wilderness and they're receiving manna from heaven, and God says, hey, the aim here is not that those who gather too much would have too much, and not that those who gather too little would have too little, but there would be a sharing, that there would be an equality that's brought about. And note that this is within the church family and body, just really living with possessions, hearts, minds, everything surrendered to Jesus, and truly living in that deep community. If you remove that aspect and you try to foist this on society, the forced equity and inequality, it just has failed miserably and left a bunch of carnage in its wake every time that's been taken up. With the exception of what the Church of Jesus Christ does for one another and what the Church of Jesus Christ has been able to do for the world through generosity, modeling our generous God, our generous Lord and Savior Jesus. So those are my thoughts that stuck out to me today. I love you guys. Go ahead and read that chapter and share anything that stuck out to you. Have a good one.